Today is the second old fashioned in my Traveler series. After a less than impressive release by Buffalo Trace the Traveler, I'm on a mission to make a more decent old fashioned with it. So here we go. May the force be with me. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. After all the hype and excitement behind the release of the Chris Stapleton collaboration with Buffalo Trace, it has fallen flat. It is interesting because it is believed that they use Canadian whiskey with bourbon distilled at Barton Distillery. Both sets or liquids are then transported to Buffalo Trace Distillery to be blended together. So it's not even distilled at Buffalo Trace. I discussed this in more details with my first Traveler Old Fashioned video. If you have not seen that, I will leave a link for it right here. I decided that I needed to help with the lack of flavor and punch, so I needed to make this a blend.
I got no flavor.
So where best to start than what carries the brand's name? If you haven't guessed by the name, then I will be blending this with Buffalo Trace. I know it will not give it the punch and the flavor and finish I need, but I needed a starting place. Once again, I won't be doing cocktail quiz time with this series, sorry, but this requires a lot of my attention and energy. If you're enjoying these videos, please click on that like button. Also make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's get into this cocktail, the Traveling Buffalo Old Fashioned. The Traveling Buffalo Trace Old Fashioned ingredients. We're gonna be using 1 ounce of Traveler's Blended Whiskey, 1 ounce of Buffalo Trace, 1 sugar cube, 1 dash Angostura bitters, and 1 dash of this Bittercube cherry bark vanilla, plus I'm going to take a nice big orange peel. How to make the Traveling Buffalo Old Fashioned. This will be made directly inside the glass. We're going to add 1 sugar cube into the glass. I'm going to put 1 dash of Angostura bitters directly on it, and 2 dashes of this Bittercube cherry bark vanilla. I'm hoping it's going to bring a lot more flavors out of it. Ooh, smells very good. Now we're gonna muddle this and try to make it into a little bit of a pasty consistency at the bottom of the glass. That's exactly what I want it to look like. Now we're gonna add 1 ounce of this Traveler's Blended Whiskey, plus 1 ounce of Buffalo Trace. Now we're gonna give it a quick stir, just to kind of mix all these together a little bit. And next we're gonna add a large ice. I'm ready to give it another little stir. Now we're going to express the oils of a large orange peel over the top and also garnish with it. And there you have it, the Traveling Buffalo Old Fashioned. Well, it's time to taste this bad boy, the Traveling Buffalo Old Fashioned. Interesting, I get a lot of cinnamon on the nose.
Cinnamon, I'm allergic to cinnamon.
A little bit of cherry and a little bit of that orange, but that cinnamon really sticks out. Why is that? The orange does smell good. All right, let's go in for the first taste. It's very interesting. Cinnamon does come out a lot. There's a lot of cinnamon in this. I need to go back and taste Buffalo Trace by itself. I haven't had it in a long time by itself, and I can't remember there's a lot of cinnamon in this. It might be what the culprit is, but a lot more flavor. You do have the flavor of whiskey up front, just like a good old-fashioned should have. Then you go through the progression of that cinnamon's in there, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bitters, and then at the back end, tiny hint of whiskey still. Now, when I like my old fashions, I like them to have the whiskey throughout the whole thing and the whiskeys to stay at the end. But this one is 45, so 90 proof. I believe this is also 90 proof, isn't it? Yep, 45, so that's 90 proof as well. So here we have 2 90 proofers going into this. So not a lot of bang there, right? Not a lot of up front of that whiskey. I mean, not a lot of that whiskey lingering there at the end. You do get the whiskey up front, as I said, a lot of cinnamon. I gotta try this again. I haven't tried it in a long time, so.
That's where I see myself in 5 years. How about you?
Let me go in for a second sip. Now, I do like that as I sip it, that sugar that lingers at the bottom starts coming through, so I get a little bit more sweetness. I'm getting more flavors with that second sip. I still have that cinnamon, I still have the vanilla, a little hint of cherry, and a tiny hint of the whiskey at the end. But I expect more from Buffalo Trace products. I expect to have more whiskey at the end. But I'm gonna do a little experiment here. This is the first time I'm actually gonna use saline in one of my drinks. I'm supposed to bring out a lot more flavor, so let's just add 2 drops of 20% saline into this. Let's stir this up a little bit. Let's try it again. Maybe I should add 1 drop. Ooh, that's very salty now.
It's so salty.
I guess there's just too little in this left to do the 2 drops. I probably should have done 1. And that cinnamon just seems to kick me in the face.
Kick that pantsy in the face.
Very interesting to me. So what do you think about this Traveler series? Should I keep doing it? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have any ideas? What kind of blends do you think I can mix with this to improve this and make a better old fashioned? I'm sure a lot of out there think better than I do, think outside the box better than I do, and mix it up better than I do. Even have done blends that I have never done. So let me know in the comments below if you have a blend idea I should try with this. I still have a few I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put those out, try to do 1 weekly with these things and see what comes out of that. Well friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down my old-fashioned rabbit hole. To the next one, my friends, cheers.